Hello, everybody out there in MRFF land. This one today is very emotional and very personal for me. We are dealing in a situation right now in this country with massive oppression of religious freedom. Um, I'm going to talk today about one area of that, and that's anti-Semitism. I'm Jewish. I'm not all that religious, but very proud of my heritage, ethnicity, and culture. And the thing I want to talk about is how much we Jews hate it when someone who isn't Jewish tells us, generally we use the term Christian splain, what is and what is not anti-Semitic. Just in the last week or so, a couple of weeks, we've had an incredible outpouring of things that have happened in the media with Whoopi Goldberg, with the football player on the Washington Now Commanders, with Jewish couples not being able to adopt children from a Christian state-sponsored foster child agency. I could go on and on. But I don't want to belabor this other than ask you for some decency that if and when you talk to Jewish friends of yours, please be very careful when you try to tell them what is or what is not anti-Semitism. I have a friend whose name is Juliet, and she's still amazed when people come up to her and say, "Hey, where's Romeo?" But you don't think that in her entire life she's heard that a million times? You don't think she gets that? In 2003, my alma mater, the Air Force Academy, went through a horrible sexual assault scandal. It's still not great there. But at the time, there was a sign that was iconic at the Air Force Academy over the parade ramp that the cadets would walk down before they go out to the parade that said, "Bring me men." It was from a famous poem. They decided to take that down, which pissed off a lot of us male graduates. It wasn't until I talked to my future daughter-in-law who told me, as a cadet there, she said, "Dad, the number of times I walked under that sign as a female cadet, thinking how many levels above your own son, my future husband, I was in the graduation order of merit, and how upset I was." And I didn't get it because, again, I wasn't thinking, I've never spent any time as a female. I learned a very important lesson. Besides the fact that my daughter-in-law is very bright and brilliant, I learned that I'm as bad as anyone else when it comes to this type of prejudging or this type of invisibility or an inability to see because it seems invisible to me, which others have to deal with. Please understand, if you know any Jewish people, they probably have a damn good idea as to what anti-Semitism is. There's that famous quote from Justice Potter Stewart of the Supreme Court regarding pornography that I can't define it, he says, but I know it when I see it. Please be careful if you're not Jewish, because you just don't know. This is something that's very personal to us. Speaking as someone who I know is a public figure, we get it every day and every night, and it's still, the pain of it never goes away. Please do the decent thing. I'm not saying it isn't right to have an open discussion about whether something is or is not prejudice, but to sit there and tell a Black American that you know about what it feels like to be Black, or that you know what slavery is like because you watched in the 70s the TV show Roots, or you watched that biopic with Chadwick Boseman, 42, about the life of Jackie Robinson, or you watched with Jamie Foxx the movie Django Unchained, is not just ridiculous, it's repulsive, and it's arrogant, and it's imperious, and it's hurtful. Please be aware of that. I'm sorry for the length of this video. It's a very personal thing. And you can change like I did when it came to the situation about sexual assault at my alma mater and thinking about how others feel. Thanks again, and help us keep fighting to protect the constitutional wall separating church and state in the technologically most lethal organization ever created by humankind, our honorable US military. Thank you.